not much Jeep left to this Jeep. Is that everybody? All right. Well, first of all, if you remember my last 7-minute with the white Jeep that we did the field trip outside, that was pretty much a reconditioned stock vehicle. We made that one for my father, and it was put back in pretty much original condition. If you'll take a look at this one, there is not much left that is original on it. This started life as an '89 Wrangler, leaf springs, very subdued Jeep, as they would say. This, if you see everything that's orange, it's all custom. We built our own 3-link front suspension system. We've added the coilovers, gotten rid of the leaf springs, did the same thing on the rear with a 4-link suspension. If you'll notice on the frame rails, we've actually cut the frame rails and extended and made this upper shock portion in order to give the car much more travel. Articulation, they call it in the Jeep world. So this Jeep, I can get one tire off the ground almost far enough for you to walk under, and all 3 other wheels will still be on the ground. It has a huge amount of articulation. We added the custom sway bars. We built all the front steering. All of the tie rods, ball joints are all Hind jointed or upgraded 1-inch bar stock tube that we've created much more strength in the steering. So if you hit a rock, hit a tree, it doesn't bend like it would in a regular vehicle. We did custom fenders, custom inner fender liners. All of that's aftermarket store-bought stuff that creates more compression relief, so when you get up on a rock or you're going through some type of obstacle, when the tire compresses, it doesn't hit the fender and bend the fender. We've got custom racing seats in it with 5-point harnesses. I've taken the doors off so you can see in it a little bit. It's got a custom roll cage called a competition cut, where you cut out, straighten it, and put again, more compression area. If you look on the back, we've also channeled the frame, built the upper suspension perch again on the rear, just like we did on the front. Put the coilovers all the way around, which was never an option on these vehicles. It was something that we built custom. The differentials. The front differential is out of a 2006 TJ Jeep Rubicon. It's a custom-built 44 Dana 44 axle with air lockers and custom 488 gears in it. Along on the rear differential is out of a 95 Explorer. It's an 8.8 differential. Also, we added the 488 gears and a custom locker in it as well. That way it gives it traction. Any of you who've ever been stuck in the mud somewhere, you notice one wheel spins and you sit there and go nowhere. I can have 3 wheels in the mud, 1 on the concrete, and all 4 wheels are going to turn at the same rate. So they're going to pull you out of the mud and keep you from getting stuck. We had to build custom link drive shafts and larger drive shafts to handle the tire, wheel, suspension, the package, the weight. Each one of those tires and wheels weighs about 175 pounds. I can run air pressure down to 3 or 4 pounds in these. We have bead locks inside them. So if you push up against a tree or a bank or a rock, it won't push the tire off the wheel. That low air pressure gives the tire better conformity to whatever you're running over, so it doesn't slip, so it gives it much more traction. The wheels are also custom wheels. These are 16.5-inch military Hummer tires, and the wheel is a military beadlock wheel that we had recentered to fit the lug pattern that was on the Jeep. So all this is custom. You can see the lights, all of that's for out in the woods. They're not legal for the street, so if I ever were to turn them on, and I'm not going to say that I've actually done that when someone pulled out in front of me, let them know that it wasn't appreciated. All of this is all custom stuff. The wiring's custom. We've got the custom high lift jack on the hood, the snorkel on the side. I can go into water above the front fenders and it not submerge the vehicle, get hydrolock or anything like that when water intrudes into the engine. That's the air intake, and it's up that high. feasibly I could go to that height, but at that point, if I'm sitting in the seat, I can't see and I'm underwater and I can't breathe underwater. And I don't have a snorkel, so that really doesn't work. If you look in the back, I don't know if we got a minute maybe. I carry 5 gallons of extra fuel, my lug wrench, shovel to dig myself out of a hole, and a limb saw to cut any limbs that may be hanging down too low to get through. Also, we put a 20-gallon fuel cell. I took the fuel tank from out from under the bottom of the vehicle, moved it up top so I couldn't get a rock puncture or get damaged on the trail by something hitting the fuel tank, creating a fuel leak, so it's been moved inside. It's also 5 gallons larger than the original fuel tank. I have an onboard air compressor. I can pump up any of the tires. If I take them down to 3 or 4 pounds on the trail and then I need to get back home, I can bring them all back up to whatever my operating temperature is at that point. You got military tail lights, which also have the ability to be run without the bright light in a blackout situation. There's a light that comes on in here that has lines in it that makes the car behind you be able to judge how close they are by what that vision of that light would be. I'm down to about 30 seconds, so are there any quick questions? I'll do my best to answer.